particularly special are the animals. There's huge biodiversity in this forest. We have orangutans, we have hornbills, we have sun bears. We have 4 of the 5 cat species within Borneo. And we have the storm stork. Not many people know about this species. There's only 500 individuals of this species left in the world. And we have a strong population in Sabangao. And of course, one species we all love, orangutans. So when a UTROP first came to Borneo in 1996, what we discovered is that we've got the world's largest population of orangutans in Sabangao. So this is 7,000 individuals. And what we want to do as part of the project is learn. We want to learn about this habitat. We want to learn about this ecosystem. And we do a lot of work on orangutans because we all know it's a species that people love. If we were called the Butterfly Tropical Peatland Project, would people pay attention? No, this is a very, very sexy species. It's our flagship species. It brings in money. And we use it as an umbrella to protect the entire ecosystem. If we can protect orangutans, we protect their habitat, and then we protect all the different species within that habitat. So our scientists, they go out every day and we collect data on orangutans, on clouds of leopards, on butterflies, on ants, on the trees, how the vegetation's changing. And our science is actually led by local people. We train them, we give them the skills, and then they go off and they spend hours in the forest every day collecting data. And we want to empower them. So we don't want it just be, I'm from Liverpool in the UK. You know, this isn't my forest, this is their forest. I want to come and I want to share my skills and give them the confidence so in 5-10 years they can lead this project. It's not led by Westerners. An important part of what we do is, of course, conservation. We want to protect and we want to restore this habitat. So we've got a reforestation project. We do daily patrols, checking there's no illegal logging. We're trying to re-wet the swamp because, as you saw in the documentary, canals have drained peatland all around Borneo. And it's particularly important that we restore this habitat because there has been logging there. During the 1990s, it was a concession, so there was permits. And loggers were going in and they were selectively logging. They were taking logs out. It was done sustainably. In 1998, the permit stopped. And a terrible thing happened. Illegal loggers came in. And they took everything. It wasn't selective. They took the big trees, they took the small trees, they took everything. And what this meant was to help get the timber out, they dug these big canals within the forest. And some of these canals are about 1 kilometre long. They are huge. And as we've touched on already, what these canals are doing is taking all the water out. They're draining the peat. Peatland is not meant to burn. It's meant to be a wet environment. It's not meant to be dry. It's not part of its natural cycle to burn. But because of human alterations and a change in the habitat, it's now a tinderbox and it's now burning. And I know a lot of you already will be aware of palm oil. We're very lucky in Sabangao. At the moment, palm oil is not threatening the Sabangao forest. We're very, very lucky. But our biggest threat is fire. We have had fires in Sabangao for 2 months. We have teams on the ground every day fighting these fires and doing patrols. And there's many reasons of why we're having these fires. And it is complicated. There's lots of different factors that contribute to these fires. So one is an El Nino year, so it's very, very dry. We've had hardly any rain for months. The predictions are that we're not going to have rain till January, February, maybe not even March. So this is just the start. The worst fires in history in Kalimantan were 97, 98. The worst fires during that period were actually in January. So potentially, this is just the start of what could be a very, very long dry season. Also contributing to these fires are obviously the alteration, it's dry, the habitat's changed, and also people are starting fires. And sometimes we know what causes them, and sometimes we just don't. We don't know, we haven't got all the answers. There's fires at the moment, 12 kilometres in the forest, We don't know how that started. It could be natural, it could be someone moving through the forest, maybe they made coffee on a little fire, they left that fire, we don't know what causes that. These fires on the edge of the forest possibly were caused by people going fishing. They catch, they get to the riverbank, they start a fire to cook their fish and then they just leave the fire. Or maybe people have discarded cigarettes. So there's all these different factors which are contributing to these huge, huge fires. And there's many consequences, and we've talked a lot tonight already about the health consequences and the effect on people, but obviously we're losing habitat, we're losing this important forest. We're going to lose habitat, and also it creates the habitat to be fragmented. So in the end, we may end up with patches of forest that's disconnected, which will have long-term consequences for the wildlife. And it is affecting the wildlife. We've already found burnt animals in the forest. We've seen orangutans fleeing. So orangutans aren't stupid. They're very intelligent animals. They see a forest, they're going to run. But what the long-term consequences on these species, like orangutan, is losing habitat will push them into smaller fragments of forest. Then the population will not be able to thrive because there's going to be competition for resources. So the instant effect on species is, there's instant, so obviously they'll be feeling chest infections similar to people, but there is going to be long-term consequences as well. And this is, have you seen already, this is Palancaraya, this was on the 2nd of October. Things have got a lot worse. This was the day I went out, I went around town trying to get as many photos as possible. Visibility was 20 metres down the road. It was low, it stings your eyes, you can feel it in your chest. What we have in Palanca is, we'll wake up in the morning and come out of our room and there's smoke in the house. I came to Bali about 10 days ago, I smelled of smoke. I could feel it in my hair, I could feel it in my clothes. I was packing to come away. All my stuff had this nasty film on it. It just gets everywhere, we're always around it. And one of the things that I found is on a particularly bad day like this, the next day it might be slightly clearer, and when we think, this is a good day, this is a good day for us, it's quite clear, but on their air quality index is still 1,000. So what's considered normal and healthy is 0 to 50. Above 300 is considered hazardous and has serious health implications. Palancaraya has reached above 1,000 every single day the past 6 to 7 weeks. It's reached, on some days, 3,900. We don't even know what this means for people's health. 4th of October, this was the day we went to our camp. This is along the Sabangal River. We were meeting with our team to discuss what are we going to do, what's our action, and our actions and the decisions that we make now are led by our local staff. They're leading us, they're telling what they want to do, and we're there to support them. And this day on the Sabangal River, it was like a normal day. People were out fishing, people were out with their children, not wearing masks. People are just trying to get on with their normal lives. But it's deteriorating. 16th of October, this is our management team. This is outside our project house in Palanca. This huge, huge yellow haze. And this was a day where on the air quality index it was 3,900. And this is our camp. So normally our camp is beautiful. People come and are like, you've got the best camp in the world. It's so beautiful. This was on the 20th of October. Now, because of the haze, I don't know if you're able to see in the top left corner here, this is ubud. This is one of our cooks. Just along there on the right, this is 20. This is our camp manager. Again, just trying to get on with things, trying to go by their normal day-to-day life, dealing with these conditions. So this is our forest. You can see Palanca just at the top there. So our base camp is about 20 kilometers from Palancaraya. And we think, again, it's difficult to get accurate data at the moment. We've had 3,000 fires within Sabangal over the last 2 months. But we are fighting them. We're trying to stay positive. We've got the guys out on the ground every day fighting these fires. But as it said in the documentary, it's really difficult to fight peatland fires. Some fires will burn, they'll burn for weeks and weeks. And what we need is guys on the ground 24 hours a day, working through the night to get until the ground is saturated with water and we're sure the fire's out. But we have a problem. As it's dry, there's limited access to water. So this is a peatland fire on the edge of Palangkaraya I went to probably about 2 weeks ago. These guys had to dig 24 meters down to access water. They use these bores and it can take hours. So actually putting out the fires is delayed because we need to access the water first. And the guys are working through the night. And these are all my friends. So this is Chris Yo-Yo, and this is O'Neill, and they work so hard to put out these fires. But we do have some tools. We have a drone. So this is an amazing new technology which conservationists are using. So we send the drone up, and it surveys the area, and then we can target the main areas to fight first, and try and condense it and control it as much as possible. So like I said, these guys are my friends. So we have Anil, Supi, and Adul, and Jelly. So in their day-to-day work, these guys are not firefighters. These are our researchers. Adul is our camera trap coordinator. He goes out and he checks the cameras, he sees what species we find. Supian, he's our red langur monkey coordinator. He studies animal behaviour. He's not a firefighter, but he's going out to make sure Sabangar is protected, to stop the fires, to protect people within Borneo, within Singapore, and further afield, and also globally as well, which all these fires are affecting. And we all try to do our bit. One of the hardest things about being there is you want to do something. There's always something you want to do. So even small things, we try and go every day. I visited the firefighters as much as I can, taking food, taking water, taking eye drop, taking masks, and even just talking to them. There's one guy fighting fires at the moment, Haga, and he was in hospital earlier this year with asthma. And he's been at the fires for 5 weeks. He hasn't left the fires. Obviously the long-term consequences for him is difficult to think about. But also trying to provide masks, the N95 masks, to as many people as possible. Occasionally they are in short supply in Palanca. A couple of weeks ago we had to wait a few days to get more masks in. But we've taken them to the local villages and we're telling people, please wear these masks. As you've seen in the documentary, people aren't wearing masks, and we don't know whether they just don't understand the consequences, or it's kind of like, oh, I'd rather not think about the risk because we want life to be normal here. And as well as our own teams, we're trying to help other firefighting teams within Palanca. So this is one of the groups. So in Palanca, there's about 30 community firefighting teams. About a month ago, one of them was active, and it was these guys, the TSA. And they're so under-resourced. They came to our office, and this is their fire engine. This is what they had to fight. Peatland fires surrounding Palangkaraya. So now we're working with them closely to provide trucks, to provide equipment, to ensure they're well equipped to fight these fires. But firefighting isn't cheap. And one of the reasons you're here tonight is to help with this situation and to donate. We need money on the ground to pay for things like boats, to pay for hoses, to pay for pumps, to pay for uniforms with the guys, to pay for masks. This money is urgently needed on the ground. And also, we need to provide equipment. So if anyone can get masks, N95, we can send them across. We can send them to all these people. One of the things I found with the masks is the N95, you go to a fire and you're wearing it, you come home and it's black. It's black from the smoke. So we need a huge supply to make sure these people are changing the mask regularly, because they're only usable for a few days. And if anyone can donate anything like eye drops, rehydration sachets, the small things that we can send in packages and we can get over to the guys as quickly as possible. And the other thing we really need to do is tell people. It's so shocking that this is not frontline news. We're working really, really hard now to get as many stories out into the press. We've had a few published in The Guardian and The Express in the UK, but this is just online. This is not print news. This is not front page news. And I was talking to one of the guys last night on Facebook, E1. He's a very good friend of mine. He's worked for the project for years, and he's one of our biodiversity assistants. And we were having a discussion about the fires, and I said, we need to stay positive. And he said to me, he said, why? He was like, no one cares. He said, no one cares. What's the point of being positive? And I said, no, that's not true. People do care, they just don't know. So you can only make change, and you can take action, and you can care if you have the information to do so. So that's what we're doing now. We're working hard to get the information, to bring this into the international spotlight, because we need support. You know, OUTROP is a relatively small organisation. You know, we're not Greenpeace, we're not WWF, but we're doing all we can now to make sure we stop the fires, to stop the smoke, and keep people healthy. So if anyone is in the room, does have any media contacts, or has any ideas, please come to us tonight and do let us know. And of course, social media is very, very powerful. We're sharing posts, we're sharing updates from the field, we're sharing news stories, but everyone can do that tiny, tiny bit to help. And one of them is we're going to launch a campaign tomorrow about everyone changing their profile picture and just trying to get it in people's eyes, get it in the attention, and hope from there we can lead to more action and more support from people outside the country, outside affected areas where people just don't know about this situation.
So what are you? Thanks, Ray. That's a wonderful presentation. Does anybody have any questions for Suzanne at this point? Yeah.
Just wondering, how many canals are still within Sabangao, and are they being closed, and what's stopping them from being closed, and what's been the progress on closing canals over the last 5 or 10 years?
I don't know the exact number off the top of my head of canals, but we have a restoration programme where we're actually damming the canals. So we build these dams every 10 metres along the canal, and then we're monitoring the progress of how water flow changes. So we have this large-scale programme at the moment to actually block as many canals as possible. So we started about 3 years ago. And it's just an ongoing process, trying to get as many grants in as possible to block the canals and then rework the swamp.
Just as a follow-up, if there was no canals left, do you think that there would be no more fires in Sabangao?
Yeah, that's why we have fires in Sabangao, because the canals have drained, they're taking all the water out. So if we can block the canals, we can stop the water drainage, and then we can re-wet the swamp.
But Widodo was saying that Widodo was saying that the canals are helping to stop the fires. Why are they building more canals to stop it?
That's a very good question. So there's a lot of confusion within the media about digging these canals. So what happened recently is he sent lots of soldiers over, and we thought, great, all the soldiers are coming, they're coming to put the fires out. What they actually did was they built these series of canals. And we're not sure, but the understanding is, it's creating a sort of reservoir to protect the peatland, and it's also creating a water source to put out the fires. When in fact it's having the complete opposite effect. It's causing them to be more dry. So for us to see that, when I left Palangkaraya about 10 days ago, I had to drive to Banjarmasin, which is a 4-hour drive away, to fly out. And as you go along the road, you can see all these canals being dug. And I don't know how the answers of exactly why they're doing it, but that's what they're doing.
He's been advised by someone.
He's being advised by someone based on some information, but that is not, as an organisation, that is not what we recommend, because we're doing the exact opposite. We're damming all our canals to stop water drainage.
One more question?
We've had some ideas of how to get us involved as people that just might want to help. And one of the recurring questions was, is it possible for us to contact our consulate? Because we're all citizens from all over the world living in Indonesia, and we're actually, we have support from our consulate. So if we do send an email of a state of emergency saying that, for example, I'm an Italian citizen in Indonesia, and I've experienced these fires, and I have friends over there, and I want my government that works for me in these situations to send some sort of aid, masks, anything. If we have numbers, more than 10, more than 20, maybe a couple hundred people sending their consulates different calls and messages, and could that be a possibility?
I think so, because like we discussed before, I think at the moment we need to bring as much attention as possible. And a lot of the time when you're in these situations, you don't think about yourself. You're thinking, like, my friends are in the forest fighting the fires, what can I do to help them? However, these fires, those guys might be fighting those fires, but they're affecting everyone. I've been sick for weeks from the fires, and until we discussed it today, I think, actually, I can ask my government to help me. My government is there to protect me. So I think if everyone now, again, it's about pressure and getting information, and if we contact our consulates and ask for help, Kalimantan's in a state of emergency. We need help, and we need to go to the sources that can provide that help. Because at the moment, the guys are under-resourced. I went to a fire 2 weeks ago. The guys were fighting the fires in their flip-flops, in their shorts. They don't have the resources, so we need to go to the people who have and have the power to provide those things. Because at the moment, as a UTROP, as a small organisation, we don't. So we need bigger resources and more power to come in to stop the fires, because it is a disaster. If we were looking at an earthquake, or we were looking at a tsunami, where hundreds of thousands of people died, there would be international relief. People are dying, but it's a slow killer. It could take months and months to kill people. So it doesn't seem to be that kind of urgency with it, because we don't have a figure now saying 500,000 people have died. Maybe we will. But we need to go to the powers that be to provide the resources to stop it. It shouldn't be a reaction, it should be preventative. And at the moment, everything's reactive. So we need to prevent as much as we can right now.
I was just going to say, I think that's a very, very good point, and I think that the nature of this crisis, this disaster, is such that it's not in our faces like a tsunami, or as Suzanne was saying, but I think what tends to happen when I see things and comments from people in social media, if we look at this problem too holistically, we feel defeated, we can't do anything about this. But when you look at these guys fighting the fires on the ground, every time they put out a fire, it's a victory for them. And I think that's the key, and that's the way to kind of deal with this situation. And so everything that we can do, and there's so much you can do. I mean, if you've got friends in the media, contact them. I just reached out to some radio stations in Australia today, and grab one of my cards out the front there. We've got all the connections on the ground, the spokespeople that can talk to the media. That's easy, we can do that. That's no problem. So please, that's something you can contribute. It's a good point about the countries like Australia. I mean, Australia is Indonesia's nearest neighbour, and there's very little coverage about this. So let's try and push that a bit harder. I just got a text tonight from a CNN crew that want to go up there next week. So, the more and more we do, and we're only 100 odd people in this room, but we can make a difference. And, the ripple effect of talking to your friends and involving them and so forth. And but I think those are certainly some things you can do initially, is just try and raise more and more awareness. Thanks. So I just wanted to get the OTROP team up on the stage, because these guys have been working away so hard up there, and I've had to get out for health reasons. So you guys are wonderful, you're doing a fantastic job, making an enormous difference. I know it takes an emotional toll as well. There's I think an aspect to this, we talk about the physical side of it, but imagine being up there and not seeing the sun, the moon, the stars for 2 months. We get up in Bali every day and we see this. We just take it for granted. These guys have this yellow, I was going to say dark cloud, but it's a yellow cloud that's been over there for so long. And I worry very much about the mental health of the people as well. And that's why it's so important just to give them that hope. So thanks so much. quickly bring up Bjorn, who's another man who's been up in Palangkaraya, lives in Palangkaraya, and has been behind the, he's a filmmaker. Come on, very shy. You're a big tall man, so. And Bjorn's been doing some wonderful stuff, not just the filming and working with this film and obviously in the middle of the fires and everything else for the past few weeks. But he's a wonderful photographer, and his images are starting to go all around the world. So this is a very good example of how the reach that we can get and the power of photography and filmmaking. And this film's there's some people that have approached me to show this film in other parts of Bali over the next week or so, and hopefully that'll spread out around other parts of Indonesia and Asia. But I just want to show, when you walked in on the left, there was 3 photos and captions. So these are Bjorn's photographs from very much on the ground up there, and you can see, as he points out in this caption, that light is real. That's not Photoshop. That's exactly. Maybe you could talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, that's real. I held on to this photo for quite a while before putting it on Facebook or sharing it with anyone, because I couldn't believe that it was real. I thought there was maybe a mistake with the camera. Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't believe it myself. And then I started seeing other people put out videos and photos around that time, and that gave me the confidence to put that out and to say, yeah, this actually is exactly what it looks like there. A lot of the time these days, more and more frequently, especially now in this month of October, you have these different states of haze, you could say. You have the standard kind of white clouds where you feel like you're just in the clouds, and then you have the situation where it goes yellow, like toxic yellow, and then you get toxic orange. So I don't know what that means, why the air looks that way. I just know it's really, really bad to inhale, and that a lot of people are stuck in this situation right now where they're inhaling this every moment of their life.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. And have you got the one of the fishermen? Just quickly show that one. Because I think this is an incredible photo. As I said, this has been started to go on. It's been in newspapers, and these photos really are starting to go around the world, and really telling a powerful story.
Yeah, I was driving around Palangkaraya, and I jumped out of the car because I saw these guys fishing on the side of the street. Can you pull it a little bit more? Yes. And I just started to snap away, and they let me take some pictures. And this man's name is Slamet, and he's fishing in a sewage. And I asked him, well, are you going to eat these fish? And he says, yeah. What you going to do? Better a dirty fish than no fish at all. And he had this really great spirit where he was very happy that he was out fishing with the boys. And he was just so positive, and he said, just remember, you always have to remember to be grateful and always give thanks to God. Those were his words. But meeting him, it really showed me that actually in the city of Palangkaraya, where I live and my brother lives and many friends of mine live, and I've been living for the past 6 years, they're not doing too well economically. So this man works in construction, and there's no work for him right now. So people are really struggling. They have no money, and so this is what he's doing to get by. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks.
Fishing in the sewage.
Incredible. What people will do to survive, I guess, but that's the situation I guess it's come to. And then the one other one, of course, is that, well, probably many of you have seen this on Facebook if you've been following what's going on. Which is pretty dramatic. Right.
I think what I feel personally is important about this photo is that you can see the ground, because you can see all the flames you want, the smoke you want, but it doesn't tell you much about the actual fire. And the peat fire is a ground fire. So I think you can see that here, and it goes deep. It can go down into the ground, maybe 10 meters or more, and it can travel 4 kilometers, and it can resurface, and it just pops up. It pops up and just takes whatever's growing above. So that's how it spreads, and it's really like this avalanche that's just moving through Kalimantan slowly. There's nothing that can really stop it. It's just moving. And I took this photo just after filming with the firefighters, and it's a long exposure, so you can see the glow of this peat fire. And what I realized was just how overwhelmed these firefighters are. And like in the film, it said that they have a tank of water. They get to put out a badminton court size, and but there's no way they can extinguish everything. It's just not possible. So these fires are creeping up onto the city of Palangkaraya, and the people are pretty much overwhelmed. And it's in people's living spaces now.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Bjorn. And look, these are for sale. We printed 2 of each of these in our gallery today. So they're on sale for 400,000 each. So I guess we'll have them on the table out the front. So please, when you leave tonight or before you leave, whatever, if you want to buy one of these, I think, so they're very unique images. They're going around the world at the moment. You can put them up in schools. They'll be wonderful to put up in school, or
Yeah, I call this the nature of peat fire, and I think that's this is what we're facing right here.
Yeah. So please, again, 100% of this goes to support the campaign. So if you want to buy, sale out the front. All right, just one last chance to go around. I think Wendy to do the last call of raffle tickets. Still last opportunity to buy some raffle tickets and contribute some more. And then we will draw the raffle and get into the music. So yeah, if anyone, I guess that's the best way to do it. If anybody wants to buy a raffle ticket, put up your hand. Last chance. There's a lady over there. In the middle, the prizes again. The boat trip up the river to see the orangutans and the Dayak villages. The resort up in the hills above Munduk, which is a great prize for 2 nights, right? And as I say, this photo that I took, the beautiful mother orangutan and baby in the Tanjung Puting National Park. And it's just very, very sad to think about what's going on with these beautiful creatures at the moment, because in Sabangi they've lost contact with a lot of them, and they're in the forest there somewhere, and the fires are encroaching. So anyway, I think it's a nice shot. And as I said, this is Pilius, a man who lives in North Kalimantan, where it's very original forest, walking up the river, where we take people up there to an eco camp. There's some information on that on the table out there as well, but it's another part of Kalimantan. It's very different than central Kalimantan, but if anyone's interested in learning about Dayak culture, spending time in the forest with these guys, it's the most wonderful experience you'll never forget in your life. So again, There's information on that on the table out the front there. All right, we'll just wait for Wendy and do the last of the raffle tickets. And we'll get Robbie to come up and draw the raffle. Just one more minute. Raffle's closed, all right. So we'll get Robbie, he's going to be performing very soon, to come up and he can draw out the numbers. So just before you do, so we'll start with the Looking for Borneo coffee table book. To start, so we'll see, you can get your numbers. Number 22. 22? Anyone?
Not 322, is it? 322 or just plain 22?
Just 22, yeah. All right. Or up top. Okay, well this... Man's upstairs. Oh, okay. This is signed by myself and Carl. Are you up there, Carl? Okay. All right, good man. So we put this book together about a year ago. The words are by Mark Hayward, an Australian writer, who wrote a book, Crazy Little Heaven. Wonderful book, by the way, about travelling and living and travelling in Indonesia, and especially in Kalimantan. So some wonderful words from Mark. And Khan's a wonderful drawer or painter. So there's Khan's very nice, colourful drawings in this book, along with my photos. So it's our dedication to the cultures and the forests of Borneo. So yeah, so it's on sale out the front there. All the profits, if we make some profits on this book, will go to charity, to the funds that we have up in Kalimantan. So it's a good cause. Yeah, the next one we'll draw is the orangutan motherly love. We've got number 440. 440. Ow! Damn! Going once, going twice. 440. No? Yeah. 440. All right. Fantastic. Please come up, Mooney. Oh, you take it back. As many of you probably know, Mooney's a living legend in Bali, and at the first restaurant and one of the first guest houses in all of Bali and Ubud. So it's wonderful to see you along here, Mooney. Thanks very much for coming. I'm so happy that you want that. All right, the next one is the beauty of Borneo. So this is this man who's in the picture will be coming to Bali later this week for the Writers' Festival, and we'll be doing Dayak storytelling one night, and is in a film that Robbie and I are involved with called Longsan, which we're showing later in the week. Anyway, the winner is number 71. 71. Might be a bit hard to see your numbers down there. Those of us who need glasses. Yes, we got someone? All right, wonderful. Congratulations. Well done. Thanks very much. All right, so we're getting to the next is the 2-night stay at the Sanak retreat in Bali, up near the Munduk area. It's a 1-bedroom bungalow with our daily breakfast. 453. Four, 5, 3. Just a point, by the way, with the photographs. These and many others are a selection are available down at my gallery, Taksu Photo Gallery. I've just opened in Monkey Forest Road. All right, we've got a winner up there.
Upstairs?
Fantastic. So yeah, so there's a selection from Bali and all over Indonesia, Kalimantan and so forth. So please come down anytime you want and come and have a talk to us and have a browse and around and meet this guy. Bagus is a wonderful printer. Got any, if you want to bring your own images down to get them printed, we've got a very nice Epson printer down there. So that's yeah. The person upstairs is coming down to get the prize. Oh, yeah, here she comes. Yeah, and then let's draw the. Here she comes. Yeah. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks. Thanks again. Okay, now the big prize. I say the boat, the Well Borneo boat, for 2 nights up the river in the Rungyang River in Palangkaraya. Number 26. 26, if I was an Aussie. 26. We hear it, yep.
I know, Uncle Mandu is here.
All right, fantastic, well done.
Give a mosquito bite.
All right, well done. You're gonna love that trip when things, get better up there. Great, thank you very much. All right, well look, we'll just take just a short break before we get into the music. We're just going to do a quick sound check. We're going to start with our 2 Dayak performers from Palangkaraya and then ROBI. So please stay around. We're going to have some fantastic music ahead of us with a strong Borneo theme. So we'll just have about a 5-minute break. But just quickly to tell you about these upcoming events. The Dayak storytelling is at the Blanco Museum on Saturday during the Writers' Festival at 6 o'clock. That night is a night of sort of dedication to Indonesia, Islands of the Imagination. So it's going to start with the Dayak storytelling program, and then on the Friday, the night before, we're showing our film Longsan 6:30 at Taman Baca. So that's going to be a wonderful night. Robbie's going to be performing that night. Pilius, the Dayak Kenya man who's in the photo will be performing as well and speaking. And we'll be showing our 40-minute version of our film. And there's some other films being shown that night as well. For those interested in photography in Myanmar, and Burma in particular, at my Taxu Gallery on Thursday night, we've got Elizabeth Rush, an American lady who spent 2 years in Yangon, on the streets of Yangon in Myanmar and Burma, photographing and storytelling, and she's written a book. She'll be showing some of her work on Thursday night, so that'll be something very interesting to come along and see. I'll be showing a portfolio of some of my images of Indonesia. I've been travelling all over Indonesia for the last few years, so I'll be talking a lot about that and doing a slideshow of my photography. Okay. Terry. Come on. So this bag, give him a big round of applause. So now Terry's from a village called Kantampun, which is just north of Palangkaraya. And Ferry is the only person in that village to get a university degree. It's a beautiful story. His parents sacrificed so much to put him through university, and they're so proud of this young man. And thanks to Sonny, up there from the Green School. Where are you, Sonny? Sonny came up to Palangkaraya with us back in May, and came to the village and met Ferry and his family and so forth, and came back to the Green School and convinced the board to give Ferry a scholarship. So it's the first time a Dayak has ever come down to be involved with the Green School. So Ferry's on a 6-month scholarship. He's 3 months into it. I can't believe how much his English has improved, because he didn't speak hardly any English at all when he came. He came in here tonight and he's chatting away to me. Amazing in 3 months' time. So he's a very proud young man, and this is such a wonderful program. And when Ferry goes back to the village, can you imagine the impact that's going to have on the kids and what he's learned at the Green School? And then that can be spread around to other villages in the area, and we're very confident that our program, Aini, over there somewhere, stand up. Aini is the architect of, Aini's from Palangkaraya, is a Dayak Iban, and started this program about 3 years ago, putting together whatever money she could to go up to the villages to take books to the kids who weren't getting any books, and started this program called Ransel Buku. And I got involved a little while back, and now we've been raising the funds. We're going to build a resource centre in the village. We had the program with the Green School that's building. We've got the Roots and Shoots program starting to form up there, which is Jane Goodall's program. So some really positive, wonderful things are happening, and we just started a mobile library to take books around to more villages in that area, because the villages get very isolated. But the other wonderful thing, just quickly about Ferry in the village, is that Sonny's raised some money at the Green School from the teachers in the last few days, because the haze is starting to spread out now into these areas. It wasn't so bad 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they're very marginalised. We've been talking about Palangkaraya, further up the river, where the villages are, they don't get any support for normal circumstances, let alone something like this. So there are some health issues starting to happen in the village. And Ferry was just telling me that they definitely need some masks and so forth up there.
Hello everybody, how are you today? My name is Perry. I am from Central Kalimantan, Palangkaraya, and there is a big problem. Forest fire, smoke. Oh, I am very sad to see my people in there and see my forest. So I need you have people in there and please help my forest. Thank you.
Very.
Check, sir. Check. Check. Check.
I really like the photo of the
Sorry, guys,
but I thought it was so funny to
Check.
figure.
Yeah. And this kecapi I bring from Palangkaraya. And special, this 2 string. Yeah, 2 string kecapi. So I will play and enjoy for you everybody. Thank you. Yeah, and this music traditional from Central Kalimantan, Palangkaraya. Very thank you for Ibu Sani, Green School teacher, for to come here. And thank you so much for everybody to come here. And I when yours help my people and help my forest in Palangkaraya. Thank you so much.
All right, Chocky, please come up. So Chocky just approached me during the week when he found out about this event. He's from Palangkaraya, Dayak Naju? Yep, Dayak Naju. And really wanted to come along tonight and communicate his spirit, his Dayak spirit, through his song, and through his dance, and through his music. So I'm sure you'll enjoy this.
susah ya. Thank you very much, guys. So far, you know condition about my Kalimantan. So I hope you please save my Kalimantan. You know, it's really bad condition. And peace and respect beside.
All right, I'd like just to ask Robbie to come up and just say a couple of words about this man. He's every time I ask Robbie to do something for nothing, to support the Dayak people and the forests of Kalimantan, always says yes. He's a very passionate fighter for the forest and a real protest singer, one of the few in Indonesia, and a very positive influence over many young Indonesians. So imagine some or many of you have seen Robbie before, or if you haven't, he's a fantastic musician. He has the theme song, which I really hope he plays tonight, called Rimba, for our film Long San, which is coming out next year. It's about the Dayak's connection with the forest, and it's a beautiful song, and some other songs that he wrote when we did the journey up to Long San. So I'd like to hand you over to Robbie.
Going to your house.
I come back to it. So I come back to this when I come back. Huh? When you come back in the container arrives. Pick it up. Yeah, well, I'm some best. Now I bought, decided to go to Canada. Now in Amsterdam, decided to change my little boyfriend. And all the bad stuff I kept. It's unreal. Now I have to make decisions. Well, let me say,
This song is called Dirimbam in the Forest. and I made these songs with them when I was staying in forest. So actually, it's really, amazing experience. Like any one of you is like been in the rainforest before, visiting? Oh ya, sudah pasti. Ada yang pernah ke hutan hujan nggak? Pernah? So how's the sound there? Lots of sound, like what? You know the sound of the, like how the monkey sound? You know? How? Oh yeah, oh, there's a howling wolf. So okay, I'm gonna bring the sound of the forest tonight to betelNut. So John, can you imitate? Wawa, oh yeah, wawa. Any you birds? Let's bring the forest sounds tonight here to betelNut. Come on. Because when this song was made, it's like I listened to all this forest sound. I love that. Come on. If you were in the Aceh forest, the sound gonna be louder because of the vegetables. Aku bermalam di rimba, di tepi sungai suara, di buai kedamaian sempurna. Di kaki kayu raksasa, di pundak batu perkasa, urangkai puji bagi Pencipta. Cengso. Biasa cahaya bintang, halimun membelai sayang. Di sini jiwaku pun telanjang.
semesta. Dirimu aku cumbu semesta. Dirimu aku cumbu semesta.
Thank you for bringing the forest sound. So that's what we lost right now. You know, with the smoky thing, all that. You know, it's just like, looks like movie Mad Max. So my friends just went to there like a week ago and said, "Oh, ROBI is look like it's hell, man." And then I barely say like this, which my experience like I went during trip with dirt bike in Borneo on 2012. So I did my band passed from south of Kalimantan to the west for 14 days for 2,500 kilometers, and then we witnesses how the deforestation so rapid, you know, like 1,000 of hectares at a time is being cut, and most of them are peatland. So, and all the companies come from the palm oil company. So if you say how to blame, the conspiracy between the government and the palm oil company. So if you're talking about the long-term solution, moratorium of the deforestation. Because we're not development or anti-development or anti-palm oil, we're not in that. We don't misunderstood, we don't anti that one, but we what we see is like this is more than what we need. Now it's going to greed, you know. So like Gandhi said, this world is enough for human needs but not enough for human greed. That's what happened in Borneo right now. So nothing is free. You take it, you pay. So yeah, I love this song. It's from MGMT. It's called Kids because yeah, the spirit of the song, I like it. It's like control yourself, take only what you need from it. Okay. Crawling on your knees, Tony, making mama so proud, but your voice is too loud. We love to see you loving. You pick the insects off plants, no time to think of consequences. Control yourself. Take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunted. Control yourself. Take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunted. Control yourself. Take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunted. The water is warm. It's making me shiver. A baby's born, crying loud for attention. Memories fade like seeing through a fog mirror. Position to decision is made now, popping out thought. Wouldn't hurt
haunting, to be haunting. Control yourself, take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunting. Control yourself, take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunting. Control yourself, take only what you need from me. A family of trees wanting to be haunting. Control yourself, take only what you need from me. A family of trees.
Thank you so much. And next one is it's called Peace Pretenders, and then my wife Lakota wrote this song like many years ago, 2006. It's 2006. It's all song.
Peace was just for show by those who want control. Their greed consumes the world, and we forgot what love can. Peace will stay with me wherever I go. Peace will stay with me if light in my dreams. The prophets all wanted, they could make us see that this is everything. We have lost almost everything except love. It can be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is everything. Yeah, we have lost, we have lost, we have lost. In this world we kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, but we still have love, so that's why this is the reason that we have a gathering here tonight. So we're sharing our love, you know, with everything that we can. And it's really, it's even we think it's small thing that we're doing, but actually it's really big for the universe, you know. It's like I got from Mother Teresa quotes, like actually in this world we're not doing a big thing. In this world we're only doing small thing, but with great passion and love. So. This last song is called Give Yourself to Love. It's an old song by Kate Wolf.
Kind friends all gather round. Something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made us all come, then hold us alongside. We're strangers, or as a family, and loneliness can hide. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to tease and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I walk this mountain in the rain. I try to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, thought I never did know how. But like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your heart, tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is burning fire, blended like a sea. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It can be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. You must give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. You must give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Your turn. You
Can't hear you. Give yourself to love. You must. You must. Give yourself to love. Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for sharing. Love you. Thanks so much, Dave. Huh? One more. Very difficult. I have to bring my bag. These guys are it's not fair if we're only talking with one perspective, you know, we are the victim, so yeah, we have to see the perspective of corporate also. So what we need now is like responsible corporate and consumer awareness, you know. Yeah. Kalau ininya kekecilan, nah ini ntar ya. So thank you for Raka, the sound engineer. Yeah. The mind behind the screen actually we have a really important role for and Ode and Tara for this beautiful place. betelNut, thank you so much. As always, I adore you guys and all of you. Thank you for participating. For a
crack. Light is more than sad track. It's my chocolate and attack. Shit, I'm stepping in the heart of this shit. Can't bear it in heart of this shit. Watch me as I gravitate. Ha 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 ha. Yo, we got ghost town, this small town. With your sound, you in a blink. Gonna bite the dust, can't fight with us. With your sound, you kill it. So don't stop, get it, until you jet ahead. Watch the way I navigate. Ha 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 ha. Done forever, hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. This taking, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Done forever, you and me. Windmill for the land is everybody. Don't stop, shit, gang. We are your captain, city steady. Watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Don't stop, shit, gang. We are your captain, city steady. Watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Shaka shaka. Shaka shaka. Shaka shaka. Shaka shaka. Shaka shaka. Thank you so much.
What do you do with all these recordings? Sorry. You choose them all back?
Sometimes post them, sometimes they come to artists.
Oh yes?
And then you have to fill it with a guitar, which I'm actually a love. It's a big guitar.
Outside. Oh, yeah. You can play that.